believe Roe v. Wade has been overturned. Yeah, but, it wasn't banned or anything. It just means that the federal government gave the right to decide on the law back to the individual states. What am I supposed to do now? Well, birth control, condoms, and Plan B are all readily available at multiple different facilities and sometimes even for free. You don't understand. This is a war on women. Oh, I'm glad to see that you remember what a woman is. How can you be okay with the government just taking away our people's right to choose? Actually, by giving the power back to the states, it gives us, the people, more right to choose. But it's my body, so it's my choice. Oh, it's interesting you still feel that way after spending the last 2.5 years trying to force vaccines and masks down everyone in this country's throats. That's different. You could kill a person. Oh, so they're only a person when they can catch COVID. Got it. This is gonna get women killed. No, because there's not a single doctor in this country that would deny a woman a medically necessary abortion. And as I mentioned before, there are multiple options that are readily available for you to prevent an unwanted pregnancy before abortion even becomes an option. Pfft, how inconsiderate of you. What if I'm raped? Are you expecting me to carry my rapist's child? No, absolutely not. That's why there are procedures in place. If you go to a hospital and report it, they'll scrape your uterus clean so there's no possible pregnancy. But I don't want to report it. That's okay. You don't have to tell the police anything if you don't want to, but you can at least be medically taken care of. Speaking of, men shouldn't even get a say in this. This is about my body. Oh, okay. In that case, he doesn't have to pay child support. What? Well, yeah, if you're gonna say that the father isn't involved or matters in the pregnancy, then he shouldn't have to pay child support because he's not involved. Well, but that's not fair. Yeah, that sucks. But it's also not fair for a father's input on the child's life to be completely disregarded just because the mother is the one carrying the child. They're both involved and they are both affected, so they should both get a say. You conservatives are such control freaks. You just don't understand. I wish my uterus had as many rights as a gun. Oh, you want to have as many rights as a gun, do ya? On a federal level alone, there are more rules and regulations about a firearm than there are about your uterus. So you want to be restricted from all federal buildings, movie theaters, school campuses, and banks. You want to be withheld from crossing certain state lines. Oh yeah, and you need to get a serial identification number stamped on that ASAP, and anytime you're pulled over by a police officer, then you are legally obligated to let him know that you possess one. Oh yeah, if you have a uterus during a crime, then your punishment is automatically boosted another 10 or 20 years. Private businesses are allowed to say no uterus is allowed. Oh, and don't forget you have to have a license to carry it. Oh, and if you want a shorter uterus, then you have to pay a $200 tax and wait about 6 months for the government to give you permission and file all the paperwork for that. You still want the same rights as a gun? Alrighty then.